were going to study for an AP exam, an EOC exam, or just a final exam, what would I do?
So study for your exam by maybe breaking up into chunks. Maybe spend 20 minutes studying and then read a book for 20 minutes.
So some great studying tips that I would recommend is making a plan, figuring out which exams do you have to take and making a plan on when you can study. Don't wait till the night before.
I would organize my time and I would pinpoint some things that I'm not really sure about. And then, like I say in class, winners watch videos.
There is no new in review. You're not going to learn anything new in that time period of a couple weeks before the test. That time is supposed to be utilized for reviewing all of the content you've already learned.
And then study for 30 minutes and play Fortnite.
My first piece of advice to you guys that are studying for AP exams is get on College Board. You've got to get on AP Central, username, password, get on there. There are practice tests, there are tips, there are all kinds of things.
Don't cram at the last second and just organize your study plan. Try to break it into little easier chunks.
I would probably get with my teacher and try to find out some areas that I should focus on.
There are so many experts on all these subjects on YouTube. Google it. You have a wealth of information at your fingertips. Watch someone else teach the subject and maybe some things will click and it'll make more sense to you.
Make sure you know your vocabulary. I can't tell you how many kids I've seen that have missed problems on tests because they didn't know a simple vocabulary word. And it's really sad when they're like, oh my gosh, I knew how to do the problem, but I didn't know what that word meant. So make sure that you emphasize your vocabulary. The good thing is the teacher is going to be able to tell you what the important vocabulary words are.
Organize my time. Watch some videos. There's tons of crash course on YouTube. There are all kinds of historic video references that you can find to help you through those areas where you need to study.
Barron's AP exam flashcards. They're so cheap on Amazon right now. So if you get those sets of flashcards and just go over it and over it and over it and over it, or you and a buddy, or you and 3 people, split the cost, buy you a set of flashcards, $15 or so, and start reviewing those flashcards.
And then study for 40 minutes, then play a little bit more Fortnite.
Make sure you get a good night's sleep and eat breakfast each morning.
The last thing I would say is don't cram. You're not going to be able to learn everything you need to know in a night. You need to make sure that when you're reviewing that you're spending a couple weeks to going over the stuff, and slowly but surely you'll get better.
And then just break it up in chunks like that, because sometimes when you study too long or too hard, it kind of will not help you for the test.
But the biggest thing right now is if you've got a textbook you need to start reading through, you know what you're weak in, you know what you need help in. Probably if you're an AP statistics kid, you got to start thinking about your probability and going through those probability chapters.
You can always go back and look at your notes, and if all else fails, read the book.
Again, just make sure you do study.
Start looking at old exam reviews, start digging through all that stuff. And if you ever need any help, I'm here every morning to help you.
That's how I would study.
But above all things, study!